Hey everybody, my name is Tanner with Notorious Homes, and today we're going to talk about what step number one is when you are getting ready to buy a home. So I have a lot of people reach out to me and they say, hey, I'm tired of renting, I'm tired of living with mom and dad, I'm ready to start the process of buying a house. What is step number one? A lot of people don't even know where to begin. So step number one is actually, it's going to start with a lender. You need a pre-approval letter when you're getting ready to buy a house. That is the very first thing, that is the most important thing, is get that pre-approval letter. Now, what is the pre-approval letter? Why is it important? So if you get in touch with me, you're looking to buy a house, I'm going to get you in touch with the lender, and he's going to get you started on the pre-approval letter. Now what it is, the lender is going to have you provide them with your W-2s, with your pay stubs. They're going to do a credit check on you. They're going to have you provide them with verification of your assets. They're going to get all these documents, and they're going to say, okay, based off of what you've given me, you will be approved for a home up to $600,000. And they're going to put that on a form and give it to me. So the reason why that form is important is because it lets you and me and the lender obviously know what your max is, which is going to be $600,000. And so now it gives us a parameter. Do not, why waste our time looking at homes that are $700,000 when you couldn't even get moved into them. So it's gonna narrow our parameters on there. The other thing it's going to do is it's going to help you figure out where the payment that you want is going to be. For example, say you got approved for that home for $600,000 and the payment comes back and it's going to be $1,900 a month. And you say, well, I want $1,700 a month. That's my max. So where do I need to be for that? So the lender's going to say, okay, you're approved for up to $600,000, but if you want the payment to be at $1,700 a month, then you need to come down to $570,000. Quick off note here, I'm just using really random numbers. Just because you have a $600,000 home does not mean your payment's going to be $1,900, etc. So back to it. So it's not only going to give you your max price point, it's also going to tell you, where the payment that you're comfortable making is. And so now you can say, okay, for $1,700,000 or $1,700 a month, we need to look at a $570,000 a month home. So those are the two of the really big and important parts of the pre-approval. It's going to tell us how much of a home you can buy, and it's going to tell us what your monthly payment's going to be. Now, what it's also going to do is when I get that pre-approval letter, it's going to give you the ability to start putting offers in on homes. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but when you are, especially in this market right now, when you're selling a home, a lot of the sellers will not even allow the buyers to put in offers without having that pre-approval letter. They're getting ready to sell their house, they're getting ready to buy another one afterwards, and they want to make sure the person that's buying their home is the most solid put together buyer. Obviously they want the highest amount for their house, but they want to make sure that number is not just written on the paper. They want to make sure the buyers can perform on that number. And so getting the pre-approval will allow you to see the home and put the offer in on the house as well. And it's going to make you look more solid. So if the seller's agent is doing, their due diligence and doing a good job, usually if there's a few offers that they're looking at and they're trying to decide, okay, between these few offers, where should we go? The seller's agent will actually look at the pre-approval letters, and the majority of them will call your lender and they'll say, okay, how thorough did you look at this person's, paperwork essentially? How solid is this pre-approval? Is this buyer going to be able to get to the finish line? Is there any hiccups that you see? And they're going to try and find, through your lender that you had pre-approved, for the house, they're going to try and talk to them and figure out how solid you are. So the biggest points on here is step number one is to get the pre-approval from the lender. And if you don't know where to, get the lender, you can go anywhere that you want, but most realtors have great lenders that they work with, and they are their preferred lenders. They know how that realtor works, they know the timelines that they want, they're able to get everything to the finish line, and that realtor, trusts and works with them several times to make sure the job gets done correctly. So if you come to me, I'm going to get you in touch with the preferred lender. He's going to get you the pre-approval letter, and then, step one is complete. Now we can start looking at homes. Just a quick recap, what the pre-approval letter does It gives you your max price point of the home you can buy. It's going to tell you what the payment's going to be on that house. It's going to allow you the ability to start looking at houses and the ability to start putting offers in on houses. So that is why, getting that pre-approval letter is step number one. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for tuning in.